So today's lesson is that I can check solutions of linear equations and I can put a linear equation in function form. So we're going to be starting to graph linear equations soon. Remember, linear equations are anything constant set to a variable or any equation with two variables where one is to the first power. So okay, so it's a representation of a function that is constant or any function in the first power. Okay, and the solution to an equation is any coordinate xy that satisfies the function. Okay, function form is placing an equation or I'm sorry, not placing an equation. It's just solving an equation for a variable. Or such that one variable is a function of the other. Alright, so putting an equation in function form. Okay, so I want to put 5x plus 5y into function form. Now, granted, function form you can solve for either x or y, because all we're doing is putting one variable as a function of another. So I want mine to be functions of x, because that's what we're going to be using so the most often. Okay, so f of x just stands for function of x. And that means that we're just going to solve for y. Okay, so I need to get y by itself. Well, I'm going to treat everything else like it's just a number. Okay, so I need to get y by itself, I've got to get rid of this 5x. Well, 5x is being added to 5y, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Okay, so I'm trying to solve this for y. I want y to be a function of x. Okay, so I get 5y is equal to, remember 15 and 5x, they're not like terms, so I can't combine them. And in fact, to make this a little bit more clear, I'm going to put this off to the side because these two aren't like terms. I can't subtract them. Okay. Now, when I rewrite this, I'm going to put anything with a variable first. So I'm going to put my negative 5x out in front. And then this is a positive 15. So that hasn't changed. It's going to be positive 15 still. Okay, and just like when we were solving for x, this is 5 times y. So to get y by itself, I need to get rid of the 5. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 5. Okay, so dividing everything by 5, we get y is equal to negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1x, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, so my function in function form is y equals negative 1x plus 3. Alright, so the other thing we're going to have to be able to do is to check to see if a solution is viable as part of a solution for a linear equation. So down here, I have to decide whether the point 10, 1 is a solution of x minus 2y is equal to 8. And so to do that, what I'm going to do is just see if it makes it true. I want to plug these values in to this equation in order to determine whether or not it's a solution. Okay, so remember, when we're looking at an ordered pair like this, alphabetical order, so the first point is the x, and the second one, or the second number, is the y. So my x is 10, my y is 1. Okay, so I'm going to plug each of those values in into my function. So I'm going to plug in the x here, so I get 10. Okay, there's no number in front, and then I'm going to plug in my y here. Okay, so I have to keep in mind that this is minus 2, my y is 1, and this is being multiplied, so when I plug it in, add parentheses. So anytime you see this, just basically add parentheses to these things and fill in the numbers. Okay. It's going to help you out a lot. All right, then evaluate. So I get 10 minus 2 times 1 is equal to 8. Order of operation says multiply first. So it's 10 minus 2, because 2 times 1 is 2, equals 8. Then subtract or combine these two. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 equals 8. So this is a solution. All right, so complete the 3 practice for each section and be ready for class tomorrow.